or not right now, but you know, Radar 6590 with the prime because it's time. I appreciate you. Thanks for that prime stir. Thank you so much for that. All right, so this is round two of Chicago Open. I played National Master Sheena Zhang. So she's a young master. She's like 17, and she's a national master. Very strong. Sheena Zhang. She was not to play around with. Mayweather knocked out, like, yeah, I'm getting, yeah. Come on, Zerg, let him know. Yeah, she was in him before 17, so she's been a national master a while. So I knew about her, you know, and I did a little bit of prep. In fact, actually, you know, if you haven't seen the first video, definitely go check out the first video. It is on the YouTube channel under Chicago Open 2021 playlist. So this one, though, round two, I'm playing Sheena Zhang. She's real strong. She's over 2200 USCF. National master, right? So the title of this one actually is This Is Ridiculous. That's the name of it. I always have titles for everyone. So this one is This Is Ridiculous. In fact, I actually prepped for this round here just a little bit because I kind of knew, you know, I have a way of prepping. So when I prepped, I saw what she played basically against the Grunfeld, because at the time I was playing the Grunfeld, which is something I'm actually, you know, I'm still experimenting, but not really any much anymore. It's pretty tough here, right? Yeah, 2065. That's her FIDE, actually. I think always retweet. What is that? Oh, that's showing her whole thing. Okay, draw, win, draw. Yeah, she didn't have it like, you know, she didn't lose. What, she lost 3 L's? Oh, she had 4 L's. Okay, a dub and like 4 draws. She had a respectable performance based off of the stats there. W Canada Master. Yeah, she's WCM, FIDE, and NM USCF. Mr. Jingles, thanks for the tier 1. My guy, appreciate it. Subject Kenty, what's good? Mr. Jingles, thanks for that tier 1. Yeah, so I play her, right? I play her in round 2. How many points did you get in the Open? I got 4.5 out of 9, so I actually scored 50%. I got 2 L's, like 5 draws, and 2 wins. So it was pretty good consistency-wise. In fact, I lost the first round, which you can check here on the YouTube. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure you check the first one. That was a very exciting game. And then I got 5 rounds in a row consecutively without an L. So that's very, very good consistency-wise. So I was very happy about that. Consistency, didn't take an L, you know. So it was very good. And then I took an L, and then I got a dub right after, something like that. But you want to have consistency at a tournament and not just like losing 2, then winning 1, or winning all. Yeah, you do want to be consistent there all the time. But was that the one against A Wonder? Yes. Yes, that was the one against A Wonder. Apparently that's not true. Yeah, that's not true. Sarcastic. So, all right, cool. Sheena Zhang. I prepped for her a little bit. I knew she played this certain line against the Grunfeld, and I was like, yeah, that's one of the ones that is pretty stupid to me. In fact, excuse me, I call it stupid because it's like I got to do all of this just to get an equal position. All of this just to get an equal position. So watch how this game unfolds here, and I'll tell you the result afterwards. What did do, Canty Crew? Was good. C120s, man, that would have been a nice scout. Yeah, I mean, right, yeah, that would have been a very nice scout. I wonder yet, but you know, more to come. So here, you know, I'm doing more of an opening choices and being more versatile. I think I'm being more versatile, which GMs are very, very strong at that asset where they can almost play really anything, or of course a certain set of openings they're experts or specialists at. And that's what I'm starting to develop here, because it's against certain players, especially if you're able to prep. You should be able to get something that they're not very comfortable with and go from there, and especially something you're comfortable with and something they're uncomfortable with. So I say that to say, I remember I analyzed some positions that she actually played before, and it kind of happened in the game, but it still ended up very, very strange. And that's why the title of this is called This Is Ridiculous. So she played D4, I play Knight F6. She goes C4, I go G6. You know, Knight C3, I go D5. Grunfeld. Actually, first time playing this over the board. Actually, second. First time was like, bro, this had to be like 2015, maybe 2016. And I had like 1 green book. That was it. Have you tried a semi-Slav? In fact, I'm actually really enjoying the semi-Slav. I'm really enjoying the semi-Slav. But it is hard when you get the very, very equal positions. Like I actually played a GM earlier today that was just equal. It was just super, super equal. Like I was like, there's nothing to play for here. But I mean, at the same time, that's kind of what you want as with the black pieces, is you do want to either have an equal position where you can play for a little bit more, or sometimes, you know, you get that draw that you're looking for with the black pieces. Yeah, it just wasn't as aggressive, which is cool. So I mean, I like the Dutch too as well, the classical Dutch with the 94 option available. Mark Z had his game. You checked by his coach, and the coach was like, I don't understand his game. Oh, man, I didn't even know that, Zerg. I actually... Strange, right, Zerg? Wait till we get to that round. But D4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, d5. We go in Grunfeld. I knew everything that happened in the game I already seen before in prep 15, 20 minutes before the round. So watch this. C takes d5. I mean, we blitzing out the moves. And she is too, because she noticed. This is something I expected her to play. Knight takes d4. She goes for the exchange variation in the Grunfeld. There's many ways you can go. And in fact, the Grunfeld is a very, very healthy amount of study involved in here to actually be good at the Grunfeld here. But after knight takes e4 and some of the exchange variation lines and just understanding themes and ideas, some of the lines, and this is why this is called This Is Ridiculous, right? Some of the lines are actually only played out to just get a draw, nothing more. And it's very difficult to play in positions like that. It's especially for an advantage without actually pushing for more and actually losing if they find the right combinations. That's what you face here. And sometimes, so I kind of knew that where this was leading and steering based off of what I saw in a preparation for this round against her. So after knight takes d5, she goes e4. Regular move. This is the move that's supposed to be played anyway in the exchange variations. Knight takes, and then I play bishop g7. I mean, literally shoot, Peter Fiddler got... Bro, it's probably, how many chapters? 1, 3, 6, 9. Probably about 15 chapters. 15 chapters, okay? Let me say that one more time. Probably 15 chapters on just this variation alone. And that's chapters, but then inside the chapters, there's also variations up to like 50 or more. Variations, right? In this position right here. You have the c5 bishop e3. You have the c5 e5, you have the c5 knight e2 setup, you have the c5 knight f3 bishop e3 setup, you got the bishop c4 setup. I mean, you got the bishop e3 queen d2 setup, you got the bishop e3 rook c1 setup, you got the, bro, it's ridiculous. I'm not about to keep talking about this. This is just insane. But at least, you know, I put a lot of study into it because this was something I really wanted to take up. But after this game, I mean, let's just keep going. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Bishop g7, bishop c4. After bishop c4, for anyone that wants to play the Grunfeld here, actually, of course, we like to keep it for you guys in the chat. Black to move here. What is the move you're supposed to play here? I tried e4 at c6. It was too tough to play, and I character ain't for me. Yeah, it depends on what kind of player you are, actually, too. Solve the Grunfeld. Actually, I mean, I guess he did kind of solve the Grunfeld, but here, though, you know, with the result of this game, which I'm not going to say yet, but with the result of this game, honestly, it would be good against higher rated players. I would say that. Higher rated players, absolutely, I'm going for this. But lower rated, you're going to have to go for something else. Because she is slightly lower rated, even though she is a title player, you know, I'm looking for a win as opposed to anything else, right? Hikaru said no Grunfeld for 2,500 and below. Hey, you know what? I believe him. Shoot, I believe him. This stuff ain't easy. And Grunfeld, I can see, you know, because you want to actually play sharp chess and, like, you know, force draws and etc. But this one ain't that easy. I'm gonna just be honest here. C5, sarcastic guillotine is correct. C5 is the move. You always play C5. Literally right here, if you just studying for the first time some Grunfeld and you face this in the exchange variation, it's literally always this setup. Bishop G7, play C5. Bishop G7, play C5. Bishop G7, play C5. What day is it? Bishop G7, play C5. What time is it? Bishop G7, play C5. This is very, very easy for you to remember, but the rest is where it gets hard. Sometimes you play knight C6. Sometimes you castle, play queen A5. You know, it depends on what's going on. Sometimes you take, then play knight C6. That's the hard part about this because there's so many things to do. Castle or knight C6, can't you keep it fresh on the commentating? Wish you do more often. Hey, man, you know, they come in, Mr. Jingles. I got you. Big fella. Benetti, thanks for the follow. Why not castle first? Because you need to actually attack the center now. After castling, I mean, I guess you could probably castle, but maybe bishop a3 now stops c5. And c5 is your major break. In fact, the Grunfeld, the idea, think about this. The whole idea, that's what I teach students. Here's lessons in the chat. Make sure you get those. But look, here, I always tell students a lot that, you know, when you see a center, you attack a center here. Like, you have to attack this 100%. And think about this. Every game is black. No matter what color, not what color, no matter, you know, what opening you're playing against, usually C5 is going to be played, whether sooner than later. Think about the Sicilian is played move 1. right? A lot of King's Indians played c5, you know, Queen's Gambit declines, c5, French, c5. Most openings you're getting this c5 in, so why do it? Why wait? And if you castle, bishop a3 is going to be in trouble with that, because when we're moving, you're completely lost. 100%, especially here in the Grunfeld. 1000%. C-pawn is the main character for block. Yeah, all the time. I mean, and it also opens up your queen to be able to do stuff. I mean, especially if you think about the French defense, the queen comes to b6. Perks and moderns and Grunfelds like this, the queen comes to a5. And the whole idea of this opening, the Grunfeld here, and you want, it's always the ideas over the moves, or honestly, ideas and the moves, ideally. But ideas, so if you forget the theory, you can now know what to do ideas wise. So you can, oh, I remember it's probably this because I know the idea is this. And the idea here is actually to attack the center relentlessly. This is what the Grunfeld is about. You give up the center to attack it relentlessly. You have to actually insert relentlessly, because you, oh, I'm going to attack the center, and then you get crushed because you didn't do it relentlessly. So you have to relentlessly attack the center at all costs. That's why c5 is immediate. Vinchetto is a monster. That's right. Thanks for the follow. Select JJ. So after c5, automatic move, and literally we blitzing these moves out. Because I prepped this, I knew, and she knew this too, because this is what she's played. So she goes knight e2. She goes for the more conservative setup, keeping the f3 option available here. And the reason why is because bishop g4 is a very common move, attacking the center. If knight f3 happens, bishop g4 usually is one of the moves. Maybe not now. I think it's knight c6 first and then bishop g4. But bishop g4 is a very annoying move, as it actually tries to remove the defender of the strong center. So knight e2 makes total sense, because when bishop g4 happens, you can play f3 now. So knight e2 is one of the lines that is still very, very playable for both sides, but you got to know what you're doing. Thanks for the follow. Almost legit. You know what? What's good, bro? Almost. What's the deal? Maybe it's beginner thing, but I love Vinchetto positions as black. I was a big fan of it. In fact, I did the accelerated dragon for a very long time. One of my first GM draws over the board was with the accelerated dragon. One of my favorites. Almost legible. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I couldn't read it. I like literally just was like, yeah, legit legible. Got it. Got it. Said he couldn't put the E on the end. Dang. Oh, good. Thank you, though. Thanks for the follow. Wing Bucket. Booger Wrestling, mean guitar. Funny. Thanks for the follow. So black to move. Black to move. Black to move. What is the move here? We know what knight e2 is about. What do you do in this position? Black to move, folks. What are we doing? Yo, LJ Chess. Thanks for the host, my guy. Thanks for the host. We got knight c6. A knight c6. In fact, that should be an N. Always retweet. If you keep it as a K, then you can't differentiate from the king. So you do need to make sure it's an N. Admiral. Let's go. Let's go, Admiral. 5 months, bro. Appreciate you. Knight c6. I go knight c6. You're welcome. What's up? What's good, man? We analyzing. This is round 2 of Chicago Open. Chicago Open. Nice. Knight c6. Knight c6 is correct. Great job, guys. Great job. Knight c6 is correct. Relentlessly attack this center. Relentlessly attack it. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Melaninia. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. So knight c6, bishop e3. Literally, I'm talking about we blitzing these moves out. You would think it's a blitz game. It's facts. You would think it's a straight blitz game right now. We just move it like it's blitz, because like that's, and these are over the board. You know, the time controls here are 1 hour and 40 minutes per side with 30-second increments. So think about these long games, very, very long games. So, but we blitzing these moves out because you know what to do, and you should. I mean, of course, double check, you know, but if you know what you're doing and you prepped it, and this, like, why spend a lot of time? So we're blitzing the moves out, and then we start thinking when we need to once the theory runs out. Thank you for the follow, Champ 1977. Thanks for the follow, Coffee House Killer. What's up, bro? So after bishop e3, castles, I get out the way. She gets out the way. And now this is where it gets a little bit complicated. A little bit complicated. You can definitely go wrong here very, very quickly. And it is black to move. You do need to be accurate. And you need to remember that this is a counterplay, aggressive opening, trying to attack the center. Now it's black to move. What are you going to do? Always retweet says b8. Rook b8. Is that what you mean? I know you ain't saying knight b8. Don't do that to yourself. What are we doing here, y'all? Black to move. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. E5. Okay, we have E5. We have E6. And end up tell me to take my time in a position where I prepped a couple years back and I was salty. No, don't be salty. It's, as long as if you prepped it, like you don't care what nobody say if you prepped it. That's literally how you should think. I don't care who you are. If I prepped it, I know it. It's cool. Like that's how you should think. Queen A5. I like Queen A5, Benetti. I played a perk quite a bit. Love the KID. E5 from Phantom Master Klendrick. We got another E5. We got Knight A5 from Leia. Knight A5. Knight A5. Nice. Nice inclusion. And pawn takes. Okay, we have pawn takes. You can take up 95. I'm here remembering right. That is a line. That is a line here. But actually, what happens here is this is a strange one. In fact, I wouldn't expect you to see this one here unless you knew. This is why analyzing games, analyzing theory, analyzing openings are very beneficial at a certain point. Of course, that shouldn't be all that you're doing, especially at certain levels. But it's very good to analyze the understanding and knowing, you know, just like the opening. What are you studying? Pawn takes is a move, knight a5 is a move. But in fact, even if you, no matter what you do, you have to think about this. And I tell this to my students too. I always tell my students here that we teach a thing called the anyway mindset. And you have to actually, yeah, this is cool. C takes d4, that's fine. Knight a5, cool. That works too. Maybe queen a5 too as well. But think about this. You are going to have to move this bishop at some point. You're going to have to move this bishop at some point, or else this is just going to never be connected and you're always going to be down. Bishop d7 looks ridiculous. Bishop e6 feels the same. So the only move here actually is bishop g4, provoking f3. At the same time, we do have rook c8 as a move here. And now, and this is straight book, literally, by the way. So this is another reason why I don't have to think, because I've analyzed this position already. Bishop to g4, hitting the diagonal, provoking f3, which she played instantly, because again, this was in our prep. F3, attacking g4, and now there are some lines that you can't go back to d7, and we provoke the f3 move, which weakens the king a little bit. You also, the knight can't go to f3, not that it wanted to go here anyway, but it does just kind of block some stuff, and it's a provoking move, provoking. Now after bishop after f3 here, now a lot of my students know that we teach this thing called equal or stronger threats, ESTs, which is from a book that we read. We all get together. F3 here, right? The bishop is hanging. Your move. What you doing, big fella? Black to move. Black to move, chat. What y'all doing? I'm not too attentive. Don't be surprised. I'm for it. Having dinner right now. Yeah, man, just watch. Bishop h5, trapping your bishop. Yeah, don't even do it. Benetti says knight a5, bishop takes f7. We got knight a5. We got a6, b5. The idea is to take knight a5 and b6. Thanks for the follow. Bobo Duncan. What's the deal? Knight a5 says for Bobo Duncan. Pawn takes now. C takes d4 is actually an option. That is an option. That is an option, but straight from the book, of course, very easy here. It's already in the chat, so let's move forward here. Here it is. Knight a5, guys. Great job. Knight a5 is correct. You're hitting the bishop that's on c4 here. You are hitting the bishop on c4. So if you take on g4, well, then look at this position. This is great. You got double pawns. We're even. I'm hitting the bishop now. My rook comes to c8. I'm taking on d4. We have what we call the hanging pawn structure. I highly recommend that you actually study pawn structures. Of course, students know. My students know exactly what book we use for pawn structures. But knight c4 is this is understanding the hanging pawn structure and what we should do and how we should attack this pawn structure. Pawn structures are the GPS of the game. So if you understand how the pawn structure works and what it is, you could win the game strategically already. So here, you know, this is knight a5 is a very strong move. So after knight a5, they can now, or she can, win a pawn here, which is, it's temporary. Bishop takes f7, you lose a pawn. Correct, Danny. That's 100%. Bishop takes f7, we have to take back, and she takes on g4. After taking on g4, rook takes f1, king takes, and you actually could take with either war. King takes actually is a real move. Like, it's for real. It's for real. King takes f1. You know, what book to use for pawn structures? I'm going to have to, hey, you know, hey, you see that link in the chat, you know, I just can't. I just can't. Look, I didn't even move the mouse. Look at the camera didn't move. You see that? You know, Karpov, good with pawns. Yeah, Karpov's actually a good one. There's one that I actually liked, but there's the great one that I like now, but I'll give you the old one. The old one is Pawn Structures by Andrew Saltis, which is a very old one. That's an old one. But the newer one, oh, man, you're going to have to book a lust. Rook takes f1, king takes f1, right? So after king takes f1 here, this is still book. Elfins, you see me, y'all. After king takes f1, I play queen d6. I'm hitting h2. Now, right here, after queen d6, we are out of theory. Good old Andy Saltis, you know it. Come on, Coffee House. Yeah, that was a legendary book. That was a legendary one. But, you know, nowadays, oh, no, man, this is a secret weapon, and my students are getting stronger from it. So I cannot just give out that information for free for them. What move are we on? This is move number 14. So we are now out of theory. After queen d6, I was like, okay, cool. And I remember sort of, you know, what to do from here. Queen d6, right? So queen d6 is on the board. But let's look at the board. What's up, Jessica? What's going on? Jessica was at Chicago too. Shout out to Jessica in the chat. Great job. She played. I think she was in like under 2100. I think. Really snag a chess book, and I had to jump on Macau complete games. Yes, I actually have it as well. I actually have that one, and I do have 19. Dang, is it 53 Zurich? I think it's 1953 Zurich. I just grabbed that book, so I was going through that on the way. It's a pretty nice book. Learn some stuff. Old games, pretty good stuff. But queen to d6, right? Queen d6 on the board. So if we do, if we look at the board, let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns, 7 pawns versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm down a pawn, but thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Now think about this though. These are doubled and these are hanging pawns, and hanging pawns are, these look cool, but these are actually weak pawns if you think about it, because they can't defend each other. They can only defend, you know, by pieces. Pieces can only defend them, especially if I end up taking on d4, making these pawns extremely weak. And the more that you push them, the weaker they become, especially the backward pawn, not the lead pawn. So the one that's defending will be the weaker one. So these are weak pawns. I do have a file, but objectively with best play, there's going to be some type of draw, right? So after queen d6, but not doing anything here. Correct. Coffee House Killer. So after queen d6, she goes king g1. And now this is, you know, the title of this video, especially for YouTube, is this is ridiculous, right? This is prep, okay? This is prep. Thanks for the host, Roller Coaster. Now, this is prep, right? How, let me ask you this, chat. Think about this. Look at this position and tell me, how do you feel out the opening with the prep? Do you feel it's crushing? Do you feel really good about the prep? Or how do you actually feel about the prep so far? Especially after king g1 is black to move. Thanks for the follow, Ungsor. Appreciate it. Roller Coaster, thanks for the host. Bishop listens to the Eagles. Desperado. Yep. So here is black to move here. How do you feel about this position? Seems stale, says Dante. Okay. Seems stale. Feels like black is equal but easier to play. Pretty good for black, more or less equal. Okay. Your boy and Chips Ahoy, thanks for the follow. Fighting to be even. We got b5 on the board. b5 is an option. It's a dub for black. I like how you're thinking, Chips Ahoy. Yo, this is a straight dub, fam. This is a straight dub. Chalk it up. Take it to the bank. It's a wrap. I don't care what they do. Right. Rook d8 looks strong. I'd rather play black for sure. I like white. You got to mess with it. You got to mess with, which gives you, yeah, which gives you chances. Correct. Not a fan of it. Right. Knight can, okay. Rather play black for sure. Knight is grim, but can attack the bishop as well. All of you are hitting right points. All of y'all are on point, bro. Bro, the diagonal for black's bishop, activity of potential tonight. Rook can just cut off the king. Man, y'all are right? I'm feeling the same way. I'm telling you, I'm feeling the same way. I'm like, man, I'm about to, this is an easy one. You know, chalk it up. This is a bag right here. I got this, right? Because I like these kind of positions. They're attacking, they're aggressive and things like that. But in fact, let me turn on the engine one time for the one time. Well, the engine says, what do you think the eval here is? Somebody give me an eval. Somebody give me eval. Now, we are equal. We are equal, but what do you think the eval is really? Really? What do you think it is? Somebody, let's get some evals in the chat. Move, queen, take center, eat, free pawn there. D takes c5, okay, in between. Yeah, D takes c5 is a thing. Plus 1.3, dang. White plus 1.5, dang, y'all out here, I'm getting crushed, huh? This theory, this straight from the book. Straight from the book, I'm getting crushed, dang. Minus 0.9, minus 0.05, black winning, plus 1, that'd be minus 1. I would play black, minus 0.3, minus 0.8, I'd say something. Okay, all right, here we go. It's equal, it's 0.39. Another line is 0.65, and another line is 0.93. So not even plus 1. Not even +1. Now, why? Well, let's take a look at it. Of course, we got double pawns here for white, double pawns, and of course, like we said, the hanging pawns, and I have activity. But think about this. There's not a way that I can make an attack that actually is realistic. Think about that for a second here. You can always attack things. There are openings where you get a full plan and things work. But here in this situation, it is more or less me. It's like a paper tiger. I actually learned that from Roman DG Hasvili or Gingy Hasvili. But he said that, you know, he would use that term where it looks like you actually have something, but it's actually a paper tiger, which it doesn't do anything. You don't really have as much as you think you do. So from here, this is black to move. What are the options? What are you going to do? The legend. Yeah, that's my guy. I actually took some lessons with him back in the day. The legend. Queen E3. Take the center. So it's black to move. Black to move. What we doing? Hey. Let's go. Hey. Kinja Khan, thanks for the 3. Well, that's a prime. It say 4 months. So you say 3 for 3. But that's actually 4 months, my guy. I appreciate it. Queen H6. Queen H6. Queen E6. Okay, we got knight C4. Okay. Pawn H6. Key, knight C4. Rook F1. Rook F8. Okay, rook F8. Right. Knight C4. Thanks for the follow, Pixel Vita. Queen E6. King, knight C4. Rook F8. Use Jedi Mantra to make the opponent resign. Rick T. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Is B Rake. Knight C4. So knight C4 is a move. It's actually the third option here. Knight C4 is a move. The best option, in fact, is taking the pawn. It's taking the pawn, which I thought I should take the pawn. I thought I should take it, but then I was like, well, what if I just leave it here? Because if it, you know, which I played Queen E6. I played Queen E6. This is the move I chose. And when I played Queen E6 here, I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, like, look at this. Now this might be actually winning. Yeah, I'm down 2 pawns. Get that. I'm down 2 pawns in this position. But, I mean, this feels pretty good. You got 2 sets of double pawns and all this compensation. Knight C4 looking good, right? There's like a lot here. There's no good there. Yo, thanks for gifting and lifting, my guy. Kinja Khan with the gifted over here to Ritter Force. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. That's love. Prevent the white option. Yeah, right. So, but I just played Queen E6. I just played Queen E6. And what did she play? She played a move that I did not consider at all, in fact. At all. I was like, she's going to either play this or this. And I was really feeling good about this. In fact, actually, I think the move she played, actually, yeah, this is in the book. So Queen D3. She played Queen D3 here. And I was like, wow, Queen D3, dang. So I was like, yo, if I take this, I might be losing. In fact, if Queen takes G4, somebody tell me, what do we do here? Why is this GG? Can somebody tell me why I cannot take on G4? I mean, I can, but I'm going to be in some trouble. I am going to be in some type of trouble here. Paper Tiger reminds me of Plastic Check. Neither one actually received it. D5, Queen A6 would have stopped Queen D3. Yeah, but Queen A6, like you need, yeah, Queen A6 would have stopped Queen D3. You are correct, bro. You're funny because it would have stopped Queen D3, but it doesn't. It's not an aggressive move. It's not a very good move. It is a move. It's not a very good move. You always have to think ahead, like advance wise. What else do we have? Right, and Queen C4 check. I would love that new move. Oh my goodness, man! I wish you was playing white. I wish you was playing white. Oh my goodness! Please go Queen C4. Absolutely. And as soon as you do, you know, just get up, hit the clock, you know, gather your things, go home, and never come back to this tournament. Never come back. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Queen B5. Queen B5. Yeah, that's an annoying move. Correct. Queen B5 is one. D5. Right. So here's the engine says everything's basically winning. Not winning, but D5 is very strong. Squeezing everything. C5 is hanging. And then if I got to go B6 in this position, this is gross. I feel very, very bad about this position. Knight F4 is happening. My queen gets kicked. Knight goes into E6. We in the mix. Rook F1, and you're done. This is looking ridiculous. How did this happen out of nowhere? Nothing is coordinated correctly. You have to think about a team that just got stuck together. They don't know each other. They just about to go play. And that's exactly what I got here. All the pieces are doing something different. None of them are working together. This is a terrible position for black here. Terrible in practical chances. Also, D takes C5, which now the queen has moves like Queen B5, stopping my B6 thing. If I go Knight C6, Queen D5 is extremely annoying. Like this is not the Grunfeld I signed up for. So like I'm like, well, I can't take on G4. And in fact, in the post-game analysis, first off, black to move here. What do you think is the move here? Quinn, what's good, bro? Let's go. My guy, Quinn. What's the deal? Quinn with 26 months, bro. 26. 26, bro. 26. We got C4 from Danny. C takes D4. C4 is explosive. Shout out to Ben, right? We actually got a video on YouTube in our tournament guidebook. We got 100 videos coming for that one, so I haven't forgot. I do have to do those videos, but we do these first, knock those out, get back to the tournament guidebook videos. Make sure y'all check out that playlist. Still looking for C takes D4, then a rook move. Yeah, and the reason why I didn't choose that here, like if I do takes and then rook D1, rook C8, right? Which I was thinking, I mean, there actually rook C1 is not really a move, or is it a move? I don't know if he can even play rook C1. There's a lot that can happen here, I think. But D5, maybe not play it. Maybe I probably could have went for this. Knight C4, maybe H3, I don't know. H3 defends. I can put something on C4, but I do have to remember I'm still down a pawn here too, which after a while, this gets kind of annoying. Like I'm down a pawn still. I'm still down a pawn, right? And I'm fighting still down a pawn, right? I am literally just down, right? Which is, you got to remember that. And if you're not accurate and you just, oh, I'm gonna just do this, I'm gonna just do that, and then when everything settles, you look up and you're like, oh snap, I'm still down a pawn. That's like ridiculous, right? That kind of sucks, you know, and especially if you go to an in-game and start trading and forget that. So it's pretty rough. So you say C takes D4 and queen takes G4. Let's see, takes, queen takes G4. So queen takes G4, I was a little afraid of like queen B5 stuff, and also H3 and then knight F4. It just didn't seem like this was correct, but this is equal still. This is a way. He's done. Oh, nice. Funny, Logan's getting crushed. I hear it. That's funny. So now after queen D3 though, queen D3, let's go back here. King G1, sorry. King G1, queen E6, queen D3. So I did not take on D4. In fact, this is what it said in post-game analysis. In post-game analysis, they said that the best move here is queen to C4. How many of you would have put the queen on C4? What? I'm down a pawn. And then you're saying, like, bro, what? Queen C4? Bro, are you serious? Queen C4. How many of y'all would have played this move, right? This is what it says in post-game analysis. Pixel. I mean, this was strange. It was very strange. And I was like, see, this is ridiculous, right? And that's the title of the video. This is ridiculous. Queen C4, bro. I'm supposed to go for this, and I'm still down a pawn, by the way. So I'm down a pawn. I'm about to trade queens, and I need to be, I mean, the precision required here to try to win this game is actually 100% very hard to do. Very hard to do. Practically, this is extremely hard to do. 100, 1,000, 150,000%. This is very hard to do. I'm down a pawn, number one. And number two, I have to extremely play active and even trade queens and try to attack these pawns as much as possible. I cannot afford to even breathe wrong. Meaning, like, if I make a move like A6, make some look for the king. Oh, let's do a prophylactic move. Maybe go, if I'm wrong by a hair, you're lost, right? Because I'm down a pawn and I'm not active enough. So here, I knew after queen D3, I actually thought for a while, because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to take on D4 and be wrong, right? That's always the worst thing in chess, is doing a move and being wrong. So this is where I was like, shoot, I don't know if this is right. And I don't know what to do. So I was looking around the board and I actually came up with a blunder. In fact, I blundered here because this, like, what do? I didn't know what to do. I knew something had to go to C4. So I put the pawn on C4, looking crazy out here. I knew this was ridiculous because I was like, I know this is not the move, but I can't find nothing else right now. And the reason why I went for this is because, well, now the queen has to go somewhere. That's what I would have done. Yeah, actually, it's the move I chose, bro. I just went for C4 because the queen basically has to stay on this line. So I was like, well, at least so anti-positional. I know, 100%. Now you're playing like me. Oh, this is gross. Absolutely. But the fact that I could take on G4 still, kind of hold this down. And my plan was play B6, put the knight around here, put the knight on D6, try to get to E4 or F5. And I also was saying this. Think about this, right? I was thinking positionally here. This bishop is absolutely gross. 100%. 1,000%. Like, this bishop, disgusting, right? It doesn't hit anything. And if he backs it up and I take, I was looking at a line like this. Let me actually turn the engine off. And if E5 happens, yeah, they made my bishop kind of gross. It's terrible. But I was actually trying to think, hey, what if I get my queen back, right? And then play E6, bring the knight all the way around. I mean, this is like hope chess, bro. Let's straight up. Like, this was the plan, right? This was the plan. And then maybe play e6, and then bring this knight here and put the knight around here, play knight d5. I thought about all this in the plan. But I was like, this is not, I knew something went wrong. Because I was like, yo, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this for a fact. And I was like, why did I even go for this? Like, this is not even winning. Like, why am I playing this draw thing? That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. And that's why the title again is, this is ridiculous. Like, why did I go for this? Why? I don't know. I learned a lot though. C4, after C4, queen went back to C2. I did take on G4 and she went rook F1. Right. And after rook F1, what did I play? Oh, okay, it's black to move. So what are you doing? I knew something was fishy when I joined the stream and the knight was on A5. Now, A5 actually, your boy Chips Ahoy, knight A5 is a real thing. In fact, everything up until I played C4 was still theory, believe it or not. Everything up until right here. This is all theory. Even queen C4 is supposed to be the theory move. But theory, this is like gross, man. I ain't trying to play this no more. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want, so you know, you're going to play a person. Imagine this. You play a person 300-400 points rated lower than you. And you go for this position as black. How do you feel, right? That's gross. This is absolutely uncalled for. Will never happen again. This is gross. I can't do this. No, I can't get away with trying to go for a win. No, I ain't getting the dub off this. I don't know how you getting the dub out of here. Touchdown, Tom. Thanks for the follow, bro. Appreciate it. What's good, Flagger Chess? Yeah, it was just nuts. I was like, yeah, that ain't working, bro. So after C4, Alpha draws and I have this bad position. Queen C2, queen takes G4. She played rook F1, right? Watch this. Okay, so black to move. I played B6. After B6, she went knight G3. And after knight G3, I went rook F8. And then I offered a draw. Because I was like, I am about to lose. This don't look good. This don't look good at all. In fact, it's like 1.5 right now. It's 1.5. Engine can figure out everything. But I'm like, yeah, I ain't liking this. My knight is way on the other side of the board. Yeah, that's why I ain't seen nothing in coffee house. Yeah. I played rook F8 and I was like, this is gross. And I was like, as soon as I finish this game, I'm going to run back to my room. I'm going to run as fast as I can, looking all crazy. Because I need to figure this out and never get into this position again. This was absolutely gross. What opening did this come from? A Dutch? Jason Holler, thanks, bro. Let's go. What's good, bro? Whatever theory this is. Oh, this is very advanced theory. This is Grunfeld exchange variation 92 bishop e3 that has about 45 variations in it. So it's a pretty nuts thing. A lot of studying. This was from a Grunfeld. Jason Holler, thanks for the 4 months. My guy. I smoke, but I want to sing. I was thinking about Smithmore. And yeah, Smithmore is for white, bro. This is actually in a black opening. But the Smithmore is pretty fun. Isn't white knight misplaced because they don't have any future prospects? No, actually, in fact, the future prospect will be after pushing e5, limiting my bishop for being anything, which her bishop's going to be the same, but the knight has a very nice square here on e4. And then maybe even knight g5 and trying to slowly get into e6. But me, I don't have any real prospects. I don't have any real plans. I don't have any real anything. In fact, this is just an absolutely gross position. But Alpha draw, she took it. I was like, bet, I'm out of here. I don't know why I played this stupidness. This is ridiculous. And that's again the title, bro. I'm never, ever playing that again. And again, from the top here, right? For anybody that missed it, D4, knight F6, C4, and G6. All right, yeah. Knight C3, D5, take. She gave me a draw. Yeah, she just accepted. She was like, all right. I'm like, bet, I'm out. I'm out because this is gross. This is embarrassing. I mean, it wasn't embarrassing, but this is all theory. All theory. You can look all this up right now. Facts, straight theory. Knight A5, right? Bishop takes F7, still theory. Still theory, like Feingold say. Still theory, bro. My guy, what's good, Lord Overlay? What's the deal? What's the deal, bro? Right, so rook takes F1, takes, queen D6, still theory. King G1, still theory. Queen E6, still theory. Here, C4 is when I deviated. Queen C4 was the best move. But here, I mean, this is like this is ridiculous. The best move? Right, like maybe take, bishop F2. Now what? Right? Hey, look at this. Yeah, I'm still down a pawn. Okay, all right, takes. Rook D8, what did I do? I didn't even attack this. I didn't even attack it. Oh, you supposed to play for a win, though? Where? right? This is never being played again over here, big guy. You know, I'm never doing this again. So queen c4, I play c4 to keep pieces on the board and really try to play for a win and see if she'll make a mistake. And c4, queen c2 takes. Then I'm like, this ain't looking too good. And before I mess this up, let me just get up out of here. Rick and Fate, I offered a draw and she took it. And it was gross. It was absolutely gross. Never again. Never again. This was round 2 of Chicago Open.